So, if you're in the tech world, you already know that cloud certifications are a pretty big deal for your career. But let's be real, the exams themselves, they can be a massive hurdle. Today, we're going to break down a resource that claims it's got the secret sauce. All right, let's jump in and see what this is all about.
You know, every big career leap kind of feels like a quest, doesn't it? The source material we're digging into today totally gets that. It kicks things off by asking if you're ready to level up and become more than just certified, to become a cloud superstar. And that's the real goal, right? It's not just about landing a job, it's about mastering your craft. I love this phrase from the source, dominate the digital sky. It just sets a really ambitious, exciting tone right from the get-go. Okay, so let's talk about the quest itself. Building your cloud career. It's a field that's just packed with opportunities, but it's also full of challenges. And those certifications, they're often the gatekeepers to that next big thing.
And here's the fundamental problem. We all know these certs are the key to better roles and, frankly, better pay. But the exams aren't just simple quizzes. They are designed to be hard, to really push you and see how you apply knowledge under pressure.
So if the exam is the big, scary dragon, well, you're going to need a pretty good weapon. And this resource we're looking at positions itself as exactly that. Your secret weapon for slaying that exam.
And here it is, the Cloud Certification Store. Now listen to the words they use. Launchpad, meticulously crafted. The promise here isn't just a random pile of questions. It's about giving you a low-cost, super-focused edge to get you certified.
Okay, now this is a pretty bold claim, a 100% pass guarantee. What they're trying to do is take the risk out of it for you. Their whole policy is basically, if you use our stuff and still don't pass, we'll give you more resources to get you there. That shows they're really confident in what they've built.
So what's actually in this launchpad? The source calls it a treasure trove, which sounds pretty promising. Let's take a quick peek.
So here's just a little snapshot. You can see they've got the big three covered: AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. And it's not just for one specific job either. They've got prep for data engineers, security engineers, architects, and even for newer roles like AI practitioner.
And the price for one of these practice exam packages? It's just this. Seriously. Now, just keep that number in your head for a second and listen to what one user had to say.
And boom, there it is. A direct quote from a data engineer named Ahmed. Easily the best $8 spent this year. I mean, you can't get a much clearer statement on value than that.
All right, so beyond the cool marketing and the killer price point, what are real people actually using this stuff, saying? The source calls it proof from the trenches. Let's see if it really holds up.
This first one from Emily Tran really nails a key part of learning. She says the rationales helped her get not just the what, but the why. And that is a huge difference, right? It's the difference between memorizing and understanding. And for her, it meant passing on the first try. That's awesome.
Next up, Priya Nair brings up realism. She said the practice scenarios felt just like her actual day-to-day job, mixing basic stuff with really complex enterprise problems. It makes perfect sense. When your practice feels real, your confidence just shoots right up.
Now, this quote from Marcus Lee, a cloud architect, hits on two really important things. First, authenticity. He says you can just tell that real pros built this stuff. And second, for anyone who's short on study time, the format let him instantly find his weak spots and focus on them. Super efficient.
This last testimonial might be the most telling one of all. Natalie points out that the questions copied the trickiest part of these exams, forcing you to pick between multiple good answers. That's not about what you've memorized. That's about deep, nuanced understanding, which is what separates the real experts.
So, after hearing all of that, what's the magic formula here? Let's try to boil down the core strategy that seems to be making this whole thing so effective based on what the users are saying.
When you look at all the feedback, a really clear pattern pops out. It starts with realistic scenarios that feel like the actual job. Then you get detailed explanations that teach you the why, so you actually learn. That builds real confidence. And finally, it's all wrapped in an efficient format that helps you fix your weak spots fast. You can see how each step just builds on the next.
So it all boils down to this comparison right here. The old way is what so many of us have been through. It's expensive, it's stressful, and it's all about cramming facts. This new way they're presenting is all about affordable prep that leads to genuine confidence, because the real goal is to understand the concepts, not just remember them for a test.
And that brings us right back to where we started, with a question for you. You've seen the tools, you've heard the stories. So the question isn't just, are you ready for the test? It's more like, are you ready to change how you get ready for it? Thanks for tuning in to this explainer. We'll catch you on the next one.